fans that are here tonight, we will go 4 wide in the opposite direction. Come on, everybody, the last event for tonight here at Premier Speedway. Put your hands together for the street stock starting lineup right here at Premier Speedway. Ramsdale Wreckers, 3YB and Coast FM. Come on, Mount Max, make a little bit of noise. Anthony Bear is there. Hayden Norman has not put a foot wrong. Morris Ahern.
Inside the front row, Premier Speedway Warrnambool. 35 laps on the board to crown the Victorian Street Stock Champion. We're green. Bear will lead us into 1 and 2. Norman on the bottom. Can we lock in this first lap? Back straight away. Looks good so far. Bear and Norman are still door to door. Here comes Ahern on the top. Morris Ahern in the Mental Racewear and Elite Shock Services number 4. Looks stout early, but Barry, he's your early race leader. To be expected as the pole sitter. And Ahern is really up in this thing. It's 33 laps left remaining, but Augie is getting after it quickly. They're bunching up behind Bear just a little bit, who had a moment. The car loosened up on him. We can start to work our way through the grid as we lock in the first few laps. Anthony Bear is your race leader. From Morris Ahern, Hayden Norman. Then it's back to the Tennant Creek Tyre Centre. NT15 of Jack Yates. Nick Taylor. Boy, what a drive from this young Tasmanian. Dale Morrison, Stephen Gartner, Nigel Apted. The Tasmanian aboard the number 80. Ben Norman, Corey Bald, Nathan Thorne, Stephen Watts, Jaden Edwards. From there it's Tyler Barton, Jason Jewell, Peter Kinnear, Dean Jenkins, Mick Dan, Matt Crawford, Sean Henry, Jason DeGoldie and Kane Lloyd.
Augie Ahern, mate, slowing. Watch for Augie. Off the pace.
Me. Gonna go yellow, Gav. You picked it pretty early. He's had a heartbreaking run in Victorian titles, Gav.
Yeah, man, he was quick. You wouldn't believe it. Watching the monitor like we do on the infield, it just give a Barry. We'll sit on Nigel Apted as well as slowing in turn number 3.
Due to this race from here, 30 laps go up on the board once again. This Lewiston haulage and EB Graphics number 46 from the top. Hayden Norman, Jack Yates. Their side-by-side is Taylor and Gartner. Stephen Gartner across the bottom. Apted still has that trouble with the T80. He's going to try and retire infield. There's a lot of cars to get by past him before he can retire to the infield. So hopefully he's able to do that. Track is clear now, and he will do so. So the race will continue with Anthony Bear at the top.
Your race leader approaching the back markers. Hayden Norman, Nick Taylor, Jack Yates. Jackson, the yellow number 15, been bumped to P4. Steve Gartner, that great battle that we continue to see working down the back chute into turn number 3. They're again 3 wide. Ben Norman in the 66 starting to make some ground as he works his way into the mix. Norman up to P5. Stevie Gartner. Back then to Nathan Thorne, followed by Dale Morrison, Jason Jewell, and Corey Bald. Have a look at them, still 3 wide. Bald in the 77 on the outside as Thorne. He too is upstairs. He's really got the Mitsubishi swinging now. Jewell on his inside, Stevie Gartner. Oh, a couple of Mount Gambier boys have gone a couple of hours across the border just to crash into each other. Barry's in turn number 1, 22 to go. Hey, we've seen this be a little problem throughout the evening through qualifying heat races. He's got a quarter of a lap advantage over Hayden Norman, Jack Yates, Nick Taylor. Back then to Ben Norman, the 66 car, followed by Nathan Thorne as the yellow lights come on. Oh my. Matty Crawford, the Warrnambool number 11, stranded on the back straightaway, just inverts.
An EB Graphics SA46.
Was it a feeling? Is it power steering? Is that what I'm hinting at that?
These aren't a good car to be wheeling without power steering. There's no doubt about that. He will return to the raceway. Here we go. 19 laps left remaining. Hayden Norman would have known that Berry pulled through the infield too, so he might have that in the back of his head, knowing that something is plaguing the 46. So far, Berry able to hang on. There's that little bit of smoke that we now know is coming from power steering fluid. Can Berry hang on from here? He's a fairly fit character. I don't think you'll find him in a gym, but boy, his race fitness is good, Gav.
I think the determination will outweigh the fitness. He's just never say die. There is no quit in this man. Anthony Berry be trying to utilise as fewer wheel movements as he can, but Hayden Norman ranges up on the inside. This is the first legit challenge now. Norman to the race lead. 16 laps to run. Hayden Norman picks off Anthony Bear. Jack Yates in third. Nick Taylor fourth, followed by Nathan Thorne. That is a monster run from Thorne.
Yeah, B-main winner.
Unbelievable, and he's not done there. He continues to get better and better. The Magna having a cheeky look on the inside as he goes after third on Jack Yates. Thorne was very despondent when you caught up with him following that post B-main race. He's very hard on himself. And now he's going to second.
He didn't think his car was that good.
It is now.
Goodness me, this front-wheel drive Mitsubishi Magna is really coming into its own. They're ticking the laps down. Anthony Bear well and truly has his hands full in the South Australia 46. He tries to lock it to the bottom. Is he going to retire now? I think he will, Gavin. Boy, that's a tough end to Berry.
That's a shame. Yeah,
He'll
once the race is done, as Nathan Thorne has gone to the lead, a simply sensational run from a B-main victory to now lead in the Victorian title in the wide open spaces of SunGold Stadium Premier Speedway. Nathan Thorne, the form from that car is far and away better than we've seen all weekend. Liam, we've seen it pushing, it's been skating, and now the tail is starting to hang out. And he's wheeling it like a boss.
It's exactly what he needs in that front-wheel drive car. There's no push whatsoever. He just steers in and he can sail it in full throttle. This is absolutely a car in its prime.
Thorne thumping them there after that restart with 7 to run. Hayden Norman spinning to the infield. The reason for the stoppage of the main straightaway in the WA6. Jack Yates was in the mix.
And Ben Norman parked up in turn 3 as well, Gavin. A couple of cautions on the raceway. Now, was it initially called for Nick Taylor? If Morris Ahern, Corey Bald, Dale Morrison, Jaden Edwards, Tyler Barton, Dean Jenkins, Sean Henry, Jason DeGoldie. Boy, solid, just solid by this Magna in front. Kinnear, it's in a big chunk of clay fly, left rear definitely. Oh, Oggy climbs over the front of him as well.
Boom.
Oh, goodness me, it's in the clay fly. It's a pretty telling tale immediately.
Isn't it? Picked it straight away. We got used to it over the course of the last 2 nights, particularly tonight, this final round of heat races as well as the B-mains. So a left rear tyre just rolls off the rim. Oggy coming infield as well. Boy, did he wheel stand his way down the main straight just when he clipped the Kinnear equipment, number 3.
So we got the replay on screen for the viewers back at home on 4-wide replay, courtesy of Ramsdale Wreckers. There you'll see the clay fly up from that left rear corner and Peter Kinnear's Kinnear equipment, Warrnambool number 3. And then coming onto the main straight, if it keeps it in frame, you'll see Oggy Ahern, the yellow car, just to left of screen. Will absolutely nowhere to go here. Tries to turn it back out the way, but Kinnear is flailing across the track in a big climb from Ahern, right in front of a couple of photographers here on the main straight. Might not be a terrible result, Ollie.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they're looking. Green flag at the ready. Still 7 to run.
The first Victorian in all of this from Tasmania's Corey Ball, Dale Morrison. Green once again. 7 laps remain. Full rotations around Premier Speedway Warrnambool. Can anyone catch this Magna? For NZ and MJS tree stump pulling. Nathan Thorne. A warning flag coming out, I believe, for Bald. As Jewel puts the move on Yates, we're going to come into his own. He puts the move on the bottom on Jack Yates for second and third. There's a lot of speed left in the Jewel's Furniture Removals. NT number 1 levels up with Yates, who turns to the bottom, covers that line just a little. Still neither of them are near this Magna out in front. 3 laps will remain next time. Yates continues to cover the line. Kane Lloyd will head infield. The Jamie's Concrete NT31. And Yates locked at the second place spot. Continuing to hold out Jason Jewell. Your defending champion now inside the top 5 is Dale Morrison. 2 laps will remain this time by the flag stand. For Nathan Thorne, white flag will get gathered next time. Jewell given the inquiry flag by officials for second and third. This time around, Nathan Thorne will receive 1 lap left to run. The white flag comes out for this Magna from Jack Yates, Jason Jewell, Corey Bald and Dale Morrison in his title defence. Folks, through 3 and 4, nothing will phase this Magna from here. Nathan Thorne is the Victorian Street Stock Champion. Yates and Jewell right to the line. Corey Bald
goes up. But celebrate with him, Nathan Thorne in the NZ number 52, the front-wheel drive Mitsubishi Magna picks up the win tonight. And a new Victorian Street Stock Champion. Still go back to that heat race or the B-Main. He was bitterly disappointed that he hadn't run a B-Main. What a run. What a race.
They didn't have faith in that speed at all, did they? Just haven't been quick, can't work out. It was really dejected. I mean, he'd punched his ticket into the main event. That's what they had to do no matter what. But
and it was far from a token event.
Oh, my goodness. Folks, your new
Cracking
Victorian Street Stock Champion. And hats off to Dale Morrison in his defence as well. Still locks into the top 5.
Point tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed what we presented today as well down at the Flying Horse Bar and Brewery for a sedan hour. So presentations coming up. Just looking forward to this for the top 5 as Nathan Thorne celebrates with a door dance. Checkered flag in hand. Liam, over to you for the top 5 placings. Dale Morrison will be your first.